Welcome to Iraqi Dinar News, your reliable source for credible updates and strategic insight into the evolving financial landscape. Today is May 30, 2025, and we're witnessing a pivotal moment in Iraq's economic story. With full backing from the U.S. government and no sanctions in place, the Iraqi Dinar Revaluation is entering a new phase that could reshape both Iraq's future and global investor strategies. Let's explore what this monumental shift means and what every dinar holder should know right now. You may not believe what's unfolding at this very moment. The U.S. government has formally endorsed Iraq's currency revaluation efforts, signaling a massive shift in geopolitical and financial dynamics. Even more impactful is the fact that there are no sanctions standing in the way. The green light has been given and global investors are starting to pay close attention. Could this be the launchpad Iraq needs to elevate its economy to new heights? Let's break down why this development is generating so much excitement. For decades, Iraq's path to a stable and globally recognized currency has been hindered by war, political instability, and a tangle of international sanctions. But that tide is turning. For the first time in recent history, the United States is not only encouraging Iraq's financial reform, it is actively supporting it. And without any sanctions blocking the process, Iraq has a clearer path to achieve economic stability and growth. A revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, commonly referred to as IQD, involves increasing the currency's official exchange rate against major global currencies like the US dollar. Imagine if 1,000 dinars previously equaled $1. A revaluation might reduce that to 500 or even 200 dinars per dollar, effectively increasing the value of each dinar. This shift boosts Iraq's buying power, improves wage value, and restores confidence in its currency, benefits that ripple through every sector of the economy. For everyday Iraqis, this could mean lower prices for essential goods and stronger savings. For international investors, especially those who have held IQD for years, it could represent a major return on their long-term positions. But the significance goes beyond numbers. It's a signal that Iraq is stepping into a new economic era with full U.S. backing, a powerful indicator for global markets. So, why is the United States supporting Iraq so openly now? For years, the U.S. has maintained a deep interest in Iraq's long-term stability. With military cooperation, humanitarian support, and strategic partnerships spanning 2 decades, Washington's goal has always been to see Iraq become a reliable, self-sufficient ally in the Middle East. That goal appears more attainable now than ever. In recent months, high-level meetings between Iraqi officials and U.S. leaders, including finance and treasury departments, have focused on strengthening digital banking infrastructure, enhancing transparency, and integrating Iraq into the global financial system. The progress made during these talks has instilled confidence, leading the U.S. to publicly affirm its support for Iraq's revaluation plan. A key player behind this shift is the Central Bank of Iraq. Their multi-year campaign to digitize financial services, implement stricter anti-corruption regulations, and improve international cooperation has gained global recognition. In fact, the U.S. Treasury has formally acknowledged Iraq's efforts and is now working with the nation to expand its presence in the international banking network. Iraq's 2-year roadmap to fully integrate into the global economy is already showing signs of success, and the revaluation of the dinar is a central pillar of that strategy. So what does this all mean for Iraqi citizens? In simple terms, it means stronger economic opportunities. When a nation's currency gains value, the cost of imported goods often decreases, Everyday necessities become more affordable, inflation slows, and families can stretch their incomes further. Local businesses, particularly small and mid-sized enterprises that rely on imports or foreign contracts, also benefit from improved buying power and increased consumer confidence. This boost to national morale can't be overstated. A rising dinar symbolizes progress, a sign that Iraq is moving towards stability, prosperity, and international recognition. People begin to feel hopeful, they spend more confidently, and they invest in their futures. It's a cycle of economic growth built on trust and momentum. For global investors, the implications are just as significant. The combination of revaluation and U.S. support makes Iraq a far more attractive investment destination than it has been in decades. Industries like energy, construction, agriculture, and technology may now be poised for large-scale international investment. Billions of dollars could flow into Iraq over the coming years, money that would build infrastructure, create jobs, and introduce modern technologies to the region. Still, caution is important. While the revaluation is full of promise, it must be carefully managed. A currency that appreciates too quickly could hurt exports by making Iraqi goods too expensive for foreign buyers. That's why smart economic planning, clear communication, and gradual implementation are critical. The government must support domestic industries while also managing this transition with global partners. Looking at Iraq's history, the contrast is striking. The dinar has endured immense challenges, from sanctions and inflation to war and international isolation. In past decades, confidence in the currency crumbled. But today, with comprehensive reforms and international partnerships in place, the landscape has changed. The revaluation reflects not just financial reform, but a deeper political and strategic transformation. And let's also address an important concern among investors. What happens if Iraq removes zeros from the dinar? While it might sound alarming, removing zeros is often a technical adjustment to simplify accounting and pricing. It doesn't automatically mean a loss of value. What matters most is how the change is explained and executed. Transparent communication from the central bank and the Iraqi government will be essential to prevent confusion or panic. The key to long-term success lies in maintaining public confidence. That starts with transparency, keeping citizens informed about the revaluation process. Then comes gradual implementation. Sudden changes can destabilize markets, so a step-by-step rollout is the smarter path. And finally, investment in the people, jobs, education, and infrastructure are what truly anchor economic reform. This moment offers Iraq the opportunity to rebuild its economy on a foundation of stability and hope. But the psychological shift is just as crucial. After years of struggle, Iraqis are ready for something new, a reason to believe in their country's potential. A stronger dinar brings that belief to life, inspiring not only citizens within Iraq, but also the vast Iraqi diaspora considering returning or reinvesting. On the global stage, financial analysts across Europe, Asia, and North America are watching Iraq closely. From international finance journals to Wall Street briefings, Iraq's currency reforms are attracting serious attention. A stronger, more stable Iraq offers more than just domestic progress. It adds strength and balance to regional and global markets. Trade increases, partnerships expand, and geopolitical stability grows. And with the United States leading the way in support, it's increasingly likely that other nations and institutions will follow. So, what's next? The coming months will be pivotal. The central bank, ministries, and the private sector must continue working in unison. Revaluation isn't a one-day headline. It's an ongoing process that requires commitment at every level. Citizens must stay informed, investors must stay alert, and leaders must continue engaging with the global community. The transformation of Iraq's economy is a journey, and right now, it's gaining serious momentum. Thank you for tuning in to Iraqi Dinar News. If you found this update helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for future reports. We want to hear from you. Are you optimistic about Iraq's economic future? Do you believe this revaluation marks the turning point we've been waiting for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, as of May 30, 2025, there is no indication of sanctions against Iraq, and the U.S. has expressed its full support for the revaluation of the dinar. Stay informed, stay cautious, and stay connected to real sources of truth. The journey is just beginning, and we'll be right here, covering every step.